Have you ever wondered why is it so difficult to catch a fish in New Zealand? If this is your first time fly fishing in New Zealand and you're struggling to catch one, this is the video for you. So I'm going to share with you 5 tips that's going to make you a much better fly fisherman and catch more fish here in New Zealand. Number 1, stealth is important. The water in New Zealand is so clear that the fish can hear you miles away. You got to be using techniques such as bow and arrows, hiding behind the fish, spotting them, getting your polarizers ready so you can see them way before the fish can see you. Number 2, you've got to be very accurate with your casts. Practice it in the lawn, practice it somewhere in the river, up to you, but you've got to be accurate. If you miscast and you disturb the surface or the water, you've only got 1 or 2 chances to catch the fish. You don't have many goes. Usually 1 or 2 goes, that's it. You've got to hook it. And you've got to present your fry as accurate as possible. Tip number 3, the setup that you use. Don't use a bobber as an indicator. It's because they just create a commotion and a flash on the surface of the water that's just going to spook the fish. The indicator is very important, especially when it comes to nymphing. Use the woo indicator. In New Zealand, we've got the woo indicator or the yarn indicator. You can buy them available, from any stores here in New Zealand, or you can buy them online. It's a lot more gentle. It looks like the foams and the bubbles on the surface of the water. Tip number 4, when it comes to the fly selection, the basic flies that you use in New Zealand includes the Adam's parachute for a dry fly, and for nymphing, go for the herring copper with a bead head, or the pheasant tail. These are the common flies available. Instead of changing your flies, just change the size. Tip number 5, talk to your local experts. If you have the budget, hire a guide. In New Zealand, the guides are usually somewhere between $800 to $900 for a day trip. For a half-day trip, it's somewhere between $400 to $500. And if you would like to save money, just go to the local fishing tackle and shops, such as Hunting and Fishing or some of the local ones. They are usually more than happy to give you tips where exactly to go, what kind of flies to use, how long is a tippet, and what weight rod you should be using. Excellent resources. Well, I hope you catch more fish here in New Zealand. Welcome to New Zealand. Lovely place. Respect the river, respect the regulation. Read the booklet before you go fishing. Tight lines. See you then. Well, stay tuned to my next episode. I'll be showing you some of these hyper-realistic flies, and I'll be trialing that out locally here in Dunedin and see if they are capable of catching any trouts.